What's up, everybody? My name is Blaze, and welcome to a discussion video where I want to talk about something that's been kind of, it's been relevant. It's kind of last minute, really. It's today's April 9th, and there's a lot of rumors and things going around about a Animal Crossing Direct happening on the 11th. And I also want to talk about my hopes and fears for the new Animal Crossing. There's a lot of cool stuff that I would love to have in the new Animal Crossing, and there's a lot of things that I don't want to happen in the new Animal Crossing. So I'll cover some of that in a few minutes, but first things first, let's get one thing out of the way. Animal Crossing for the Switch was announced last year, and it was at E3, and since then we've heard literally nothing about Animal Crossing. So a little frustrating, a little bit untimely to say the least. Nintendo's not really been forthcoming with information, but I think the thing about it is that we're expecting something soon, and I know a lot of people are expecting to hear anything about Animal Crossing, but we really don't know what it's going to be. I do want to say that a lot of people are talking about this Animal Crossing Direct on the 11th in just a couple of days, and honestly, I want to believe it. I want to believe that it's going to happen, but I just can't. I can't right now. I don't think it's going to happen, and I'll tell you why. So there's a person on Twitter who has a large following of people on his Twitter page and his YouTube page too. He's really cool YouTuber. I like a lot of the content that he puts out. He puts out reviews and things like that. He put out a post talking about how Animal Crossing was announced at E3, and there's one Direct already from Nintendo. And then it was 2 months since that Direct, and it's also 2 months until the next E3. So this was tweeted by Arlo Stuff, was the tweeter, the tweeter, and it's interesting because he tweeted that, and I had not heard anything about this new Nintendo Direct at all. Like, there's been no rumors, nothing. And the tweet that he put out basically said, just what I said, basically, that it was that the 11th is like right in the dead center between the last Direct and E3, and that's all he said. It might be cool if there was a Direct on the 11th, because it is basically between those two games, or those two announcements. So after that, all of a sudden, everybody was talking about it. All of a sudden, I looked on my Twitter page, and every single person was talking about an Animal Crossing Direct or a Nintendo Direct of some kind on the 11th. So here we are in April 9th, and I just don't know, to be honest with you. I'd like to believe that it's going to happen, but I can't be 100% certain about it, because as much as I want it to be true, I think Nintendo they don't have to wait for anything, but I think that they're going to wait to E3. And you know what? I'll be honest with you, I'm putting this video out, and if I'm wrong, I will eat my words, and I will be more than happy to do that, because I think that I want an Animal Crossing announcement, a Direct of some kind, or even just a regular Nintendo Direct without Animal Crossing, more than I want anything right now. So, Animal Crossing is coming out this year, we know that, and I think that it's probably in their best interest to talk about it closer to E3, or even at E3. They know we want it, and I think that they're really going to not surprise us, but they're really going to show that it was worth the wait. So, having said all of that, let's move on to my Animal Crossing hopes and fears, because there are, I have a few hopes and fears for the new Animal Crossing. Of course, I think everybody out there who's an Animal Crossing fan has a large number of ideas and things they came up with that they'd love to have in the new Animal Crossing. I know I am certainly guilty of that. I would certainly love to have all of my ideas incorporated into the new Animal Crossing. And it's funny because I have a whole series of videos talking about what I would do if I was in charge of the next Animal Crossing. It's basically exactly what I would do, how I would make the game, how the intro would go, and all kinds of stuff. And I would love for all of my ideas to be put in the game. Is that going to happen? I mean, probably not. And that's fair. That's okay. I'd be more than happy if half of my ideas were put into the game, or even if just, a third of the ideas, or even a fourth of those ideas were put into the game. I would still be pretty excited for that game. I think the new Animal Crossing has potential to be one of the greatest Animal Crossings ever, but it also has potential to make a lot of people angry. And if we look at games like Pocket Camp, which it is Animal Crossing, but it doesn't feel, to me, it doesn't feel like Animal Crossing. When we look at those, at that entry into Animal Crossing, I mean, if you think about that mobile game, I should still be playing the mobile game if I felt that it felt like Animal Crossing. But as of right now, I just don't feel that way. And that's unfortunate. But, you know, execution is everything. And if Nintendo decides that they want to make Animal Crossing for the Switch incorporate some of the features that Pocket Camp incorporated, then I may not like it as much. But let's talk about hopes. Let's get the hopes out of the way. Because I, for one, hope that there are more fruits. I hope there are vegetables. I hope that eating has some kind of a change, or I hope that eating food in Animal Crossing for the Switch will grant you some type of like special luck factor, that maybe you'll get more money, or you have a better chance of finding furniture. Maybe you run slightly faster. Depending on what you eat, you can have like these slight bonuses for the rest of the day. And of course, my number one thing, I think that if it doesn't happen, I'll be super disappointed, but I'm still going to love it, is cooking. And I think that if you take 5 ingredients and put them into, you know, a cooking thing together, much like Breath of the Wild, that you can cook a meal that would grant you an even larger boost to whatever luck factor or run speed or whatever these attributes are. It would get you a bigger boost to one of those attributes. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that being able to make your villagers move their houses would be cool, because there are some villagers that I really want to get to know, but when they put their house in a bad spot, I have to evict them, and I don't want to do that necessarily. There's a reason why I invited you into my town, and then you put your house in the worst spot. I'm sorry, you got to go. But I would love the opportunity to be able to ask them to move and to pay them a sum of money to cover their expenses or whatever. That'd be cool. Being able to relocate your town hall, police station, any of those buildings would be great too. I think I want a map, and this is kind of ambitious, but I want a map that's like 4 times bigger than New Leaf. And I say 4 times, but there's no limit really. It could be 5 times bigger. I'd still be okay with that. But generally, what I'm saying is that I want a much bigger map, that when you start the game, you start off in this little portion of this huge map, and as you accumulate money and you manage your town, you can kind of expand your land from that town. So I put a whole video up about that if you guys want more details on it. But I think that is a wonderful idea that I would love to be able to do. And you can still venture out into these like these wilderness areas, and you can kind of get lost because the camera doesn't follow any sort of pattern while you're out there. It just kind of does what it wants to kind of disorient you and make you feel like you might get lost. That might be a little bit of a negotiable thing, because I feel like people would be mad if they can't control the camera while they're there. But it might be a situation where the camera is fixed behind your character and you have to kind of maneuver that, and maybe drop breadcrumbs or something and try to find your way home. I think that would be super awesome, and to be able to purchase new land and expand your town would be super cool too. I want the main street to come back, and I want new and more interesting shops to show up there. I even want that main street to be an online hub for people to come into, and well, I guess it would work kind of like the Club Tortimer, where the first time you go there, it's not online, it's your own little special hub. But as you continue to unlock things, you can go to the online version of it, which is a different main street that has this online hub of people, whether it's local, international, restricted to your country, whatever the case is, but you can still go there and meet new people and make new friends. That would be super cool. Joan could even have her own little stand there that she sells like fruits and vegetables and seed packets and stuff that you can buy from her, and you can only get them from her. Just a ton of ideas that I had for the new Animal Crossing, and a ton of things that I really want to see. I don't want Animal Crossing to disappoint me, and we talked about Pocket Camp a second ago and how much that it didn't really disappoint me as far as Pocket Camp goes, but it really didn't make me want to continue playing it. I felt like there was something missing, and I don't want that same magic to be gone. And some of the things they introduced in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp would be welcome in the new Animal Crossing, like being able to craft furniture, being able to have a mobile home and take that mobile home with you to other towns and things like that. That might be fun too, to show off your mobile home. To customize that with different paint jobs and things like that. I don't want the mobile home in Pocket Camp to be incorporated into Animal Crossing. In fact, I don't want any interaction between Pocket Camp and the new Animal Crossing. Only because the items you get in Pocket Camp you can pay real money for, and that's like the one thing that I think would turn me off to the new Animal Crossing. So, and as long as I've touched on that, I'll start talking about some of the things I don't want for the new Animal Crossing. My fears, my biggest fear, I just mentioned it, is microtransactions and Nintendo thinking that they can get away with putting microtransactions in the new Animal Crossing. It's not Nintendo's MO. It's not what they usually do. But I feel like if they thought they could get away with it, they might try to. They've never done that before in any home console game. They've tried it in games for the 3DS, and it kind of worked, but I don't think that they're going to do it for Animal Crossing, and that's cool. I do want... I do think that they're going to... maybe, I don't know. I'm another fear of mine is that I'm worried that they might take Animal Crossing New Leaf and just copy paste it over to Animal Crossing Switch, and maybe put a fresh coat of paint on it, make it look HD, and then say this is the new Animal Crossing. I don't think they're going to do that either. They might do something with, taking that copy and paste to the Switch and then adding a bunch of new features and stuff, and that might be okay. But I really don't want that to happen either. I want a brand new Animal Crossing from the ground up, and I want a ton of new features and a ton of new things to do in the new Animal Crossing. I really want more depth to the game. And I'm afraid that they're going to do Animal Crossing, but they're also going to not add a lot of depth. That it's going to be the same thing that we've always done. And while that's fun, and while I'm still going to play it and enjoy it, I'd like to have like fishing missions, bug catching missions, daily things that I can do every day, much like those Meow coupons that you're given in Welcome Amiibo. I want more of those types of things, but from different characters. Different characters can give you different daily missions that you can do, different named characters. For instance, Blathers might ask you to... sometime this month, find a painting that he doesn't have in his area yet, and you can try to find one. Or if he, maybe Cyrus or Reese might ask you to bring materials to create a couch that they've never been able to make. So that might be cool. So, some kind of daily mission that you can do for the different villagers in your town. That's what I want, and that'd be cool. And I'm afraid that they're going to, again, I'm afraid they're going to just carbon copy the game, and that's scary. It's very scary. But we really don't know anything just yet. We know that the game is yet to be really fully announced. We know it's coming this year, but that's really all that we know. And I mean, honestly, I can't stress enough how much I want full customization for nearly everything in my town. There are some things I like being random. It's just that I don't know if there is going to be a happy medium for me. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy the game if I get my hopes up, and I don't want to get my hopes up. So I'm taking deep breaths, and I'm waiting patiently for whatever is going to be announced. But as of right now, there is nothing, and as of right now, today on the 9th, there's no information about a new Nintendo Direct. And we usually don't know until the day before. And by golly, if we do hear something tomorrow, I will eat my words and I'll be happy to do it. I just don't think it's gonna happen. So, be careful what you hear on the internet. Be careful about what people are saying. By the way, speaking of that, I know that there are a bunch of leaks and people leaking information for Animal Crossing. My channel will not focus on leaks. I do not want to be spoiled in this game. I do not want to know anything about the game before it comes out. Once it comes out, I'm going to learn everything I can about it. But before it comes out, I'm not going to participate in leaks. I'm not going to spread that information, especially if that information doesn't seem legit or maybe sounds weird. I went through all of that with Smash Brothers, and I thought there was this character who was going to be in the game, and I was super hyped and pumped, and I was ready. And of course, I got disappointed. So I don't want that to happen with Animal Crossing. And I'm just going to be patient and wait for Nintendo to tell me everything they want me to know. E3 is in June, just a couple of months away. 2 months away, actually. So we're going to learn something soon, and hopefully it's good. But I've talked enough. I want to, kind of let you guys talk it out in the chat room. Let me know what you think. I read every comment. I try to respond to every comment as well. So if you have something you want to add, something that you're hopeful for, something that you're afraid of for the new Animal Crossing, please put it in the comments below. I might make a follow-up to this video as well. It's possible that more fears will develop from all of this, or maybe we'll get a trailer for Animal Crossing in a couple of days. So I will try to cover Animal Crossing as much as possible on this channel. But there's a lot of other games coming up too that I'm super excited for. But anyway, post in the comments what you think is going to be awesome about Animal Crossing, and of course, I'll be around for sure. And don't forget to catch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/L3LAYZE, for any live streaming and video games like that. I'll be playing Animal Crossing on there all the time, so check it out. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by and clicking on that video. Hit like and subscribe if you feel froggy, and I'll catch you guys on the flippity flip.